No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you've come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come, love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. If there's some kind of trouble or pain you're going through, know that you are not alone and someone cares for you. As an individualization of divine point of view, this door is open to you. This door is open. This door right here is open for you. This door is open to you. This door is open. I'm talking about this door. This door is open. I said this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white or gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Melbourne, a positive path for spiritual living. We want to affirm that something good, something wonderful is going to happen to you today because you made the decision to be here and celebrate the God of your understanding. Please stand and join us in our opening song, Swing Wide the Doors.
Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors, the
about service. It's about lending a hand. About lending a hand.
Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine.
Please stay standing. Let's affirm together our why statement. We love and accept ourselves and others and heal our world. Now, take a moment to greet your neighbor, and most especially your neighbor that you don't know very well. See if you can make a new friend this morning. Right? Let's find our way back to our seats, please, to be continued in hospitality after the service. Meanwhile, we'll invite Reverend Ron to open our service in prayer.
Boy, it got quiet all of a sudden. So good morning. So I just want to begin by taking a moment. I was thinking about this on the way in, to just give thanks for the beautiful day we have, the beautiful warmth, sunshine. It's all God expressing for us. And so I give thanks for that. I give thanks for the opportunity for all of us to come here this morning and be together in community and care for each other so much. It's hard for us to get you to sit down, but that's a really good thing. It shares friendship and love. And we come here to take another step along our divine path, whatever it is, and they're all different. But we each come here to do that and to grow and to learn and to know that whatever's going on here, God is expressing through me, through each one of you, through the musicians. And we are so blessed for all of it. And so I just give thanks and I let it be. And so it is.
And so it is. We are also blessed by our children here at Unity of Melbourne. So now we'll take a moment to bless the children of this ministry and all around the world. So rubbing our hands together, generate some energy, send it out to the children of the world, and we'll say together, children, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are. And now we have Sophia for our ministry minute and the daily word.
Good morning, Unity of Melbourne, all of you here in the sanctuary and online. Our ministry minute There will be a community potluck in the hospitality following the Palm Sunday service on March 29th. Drinks will be provided by the church. Bring your favorite dish to share. Volunteers are needed for greeters, hospitality, and a volunteer coordinator. Job descriptions are posted in the hospitality. Please sign up to receive more information from the team lead, or if available, to be scheduled to help in those areas. Membership orientation class Sunday, April 12th at noon, or Wednesday, April 15th at 6:30 on Zoom. Sign up available in reception. New to Unity, this class explains what we believe. Current congregants, if you wish to become a member, this class is a requirement under the existing membership guidelines. Now for our daily word for today, Sunday, March 22nd, 2026. It is wholeness. Wholeness is the unshakable, eternal truth of me. It is comforting to remember no matter what may happen to me in the world, I am always whole. Even during times of illness or insufficiency, my true nature is of divine wholeness. Worldly situations will always be in a state of flux, changing and shifting in ways I cannot control. I do what I can to tend to my health and other material needs, but I do not worry over things I cannot control. Instead, I rely upon my prayer life and other spiritual practices to claim my wholeness. This is the enduring truth of who I am, whole and complete, regardless of any outside circumstances or appearance. How liberating it is to know that I am secure in God and complete at all times, spiritually perfect and infinitely blessed. Our scripture reading today is from Colossians 2, verse 9 and 10. For in him the whole fullness of deity dwells bodily, and you have come to fullness in him, who is the head of every ruler and authority. And if you would repeat with me the affirmation, wholeness is the unshakable, eternal truth of me.
Thank you, Sophia. And now we prepare for a time of meditation. So you can sing along with us, or just settle back and close your eyes and start to sink into a quiet, meditative place. This is the face of God.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of love. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
So our meditation today is going to be on the courage to be yourself. So let us begin by gently closing your eyes if you're comfortable doing that. And taking a slow, deep breath in, releasing it softly. One more time. Breathe in and let it go. And allow your body to settle. Allow your mind to soften. Allow your spirit to become present. And now bring your awareness inward to that quiet, sacred space within you, the place where truth lives, the place where nothing needs to be performed, fixed, or proven. In this stillness, affirm silently, I am willing to know myself as I truly am. Feel those words, not as effort, but as permission. So often we move through life wearing layers, expectations, roles, stories about who we should be. But beneath all of that, there's an original self, whole, worthy, complete. Breathe into that awareness. Now imagine that each breath gently dissolves what is not truly you. Every should, every comparison, every fear of not being enough. Let them fall away effortlessly. And as they fall away, something radiant begins to emerge. Your authentic self. Not something you have to create, but something you are remembering. Feel that presence now. It may feel like peace or clarity or quiet strength. This is your truth. Silently affirm, I am not here to imitate life. I am here to express it. I trust the wisdom within me. I honor the uniqueness of my being. Authenticity is not perfection. It is alignment. It is the courage to let your inner strength guide your outer life. Take a moment to feel what it's like to live, even just for this breath, without hiding, without shrinking, without apology. Bring that in. Know that as you show up authentically, you give others permission to do the same. Your truth becomes a light, quietly liberating the world around you. Now gently bring your awareness back to your breath, back to your body, back to this moment, and carry this knowing with you. There is nothing you need to become in order to be worthy of expression. You already are. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. And so it is.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
So as you bring your attention back and you're ready, please stand up, sway, dance, sing along. We know most of you know this.
What would I do if I knew that I could not fail? If I believed, would the wind always fill up my sail? How far could I go? What would I achieve? Trusting the hero in me. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge where fools and dreamers dare to tread. I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What if we're all meant to do what we secretly dream? What would you do if you knew you could have anything? Like the mighty oak sleeps in the heart of the sea, are the miracles in you and me. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge where fools and dreamers dare to tread. I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? If I refused to listen to the voice of fear, would the voice of courage whisper in my ear? If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge where fools and dreamers dare to tread. I'd never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? If I were brave, if I were brave.
So good morning again. Before I do my prepared messages, I want to do two things. First of all, I want to say to Deborah and to all of you, every time I speak here, Deborah sends me a message. What's your title? And do you have any suggestions for songs? And I always tell her no. I trust you. No, I'm not playing. I always tell her no. I trust you. And just like this song is perfect for what I want to speak about today. Every week she picks something perfect. And again, just before I talk about what I prepared, so I was looking at my notes actually this morning, and I realized that I really feel passionate about what I'm about to talk to you about. You know, Reverend Mo gives all of the speakers an idea of what she would like us to cover from a book that people are reading. And so this is what I prepared for that topic, and it just really means a lot. And I want to tell you something that happened to me this week that really kind of reinforced it. I was on a radio show this week being interviewed and it was on Zoom, by two ministers from Divine Science and a bishop from Divine Science. And towards the end of the hour, the minister said to me, Reverend Rod, I have a question for you. And now I want you to think, before I tell you the question, what would you answer to this question right off the top of your head? Because we didn't rehearse, okay? And he said, I want you to tell me what's unique about Ron Fox. What do you think is unique about you? And I think I gave him a pretty long answer. My wife told me later it was a really good answer. But I want to just share with you two of the things that I said to him. The first one was I said, which I have said here before, I believe everybody's unique, that we're all created by God. We're all here unique with our own divine path to walk that nobody else could walk. But the second thing I said, and that relates to this morning, I told him that one of the things I was proudest about myself is that as I've grown older, as I've aged, I feel more and more confident about saying who I am. I had a whole corporate career where you had to wear your hair where people told you and dress the way people told you. And I said, I don't do that. I'm me. And I don't say this in a smart alecky way, but some people are going to like me, some people aren't. And I'm willing to live with that, because when you wear a mask, some people like you and some people don't. So what the hell, they might as like the real you. And I'll just give you an example. I asked Beck if it was a good example. She said, yeah. When I had our center, which used to meet in your building, your former building, somebody that came to our church, not all the time, but came, she came up to me after the service and she said, I was at a dinner party last night and you were one of the topics of conversation. And I said, how come? And she said, everybody that was there has heard you speak and loved your talks, but they don't like what you put on Facebook. And since they don't like what you put on Facebook, they're not coming. So I think you ought to curtail what you write on Facebook. And I looked at her and I said, you know, I don't think when I became ordained, I gave up my citizenship. So I think I'm going to keep doing what I'm going to be doing, because that's me. And I have the right to speak about what I see as moral issues. And I'm just telling you that, not to say how wonderful Ron Fox is, but it's a good way to live. And that's what I want to speak about today. So I'll go to my notes. Thank you. So the title, I think I said before when I did the meditation, is The Courage to be Authentic. And I want to begin with a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. I actually had the thought this week, if Waldo was my middle name, I probably would have just gone with Ralph Emerson. But he said, to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. You know, if we're trying, as we go through life, to give birth to ourself, we have to be willing to ask some deep questions, like, who am I? What have I really done with my life? Am I happy? What brings me joy? We need to be able to and willing to examine our beliefs. And I don't have to tell anybody here that it takes courage to step out of your comfort zone. And but that in life, that's where we find the joy and the excitement. So I want to share, and this will be the last time I talk about myself. I want to share a couple of instances from my life with Becky, where we were willing to do just that. And one of them I've talked about, I think, before, when I started my own business, back when I was still doing career stuff. I wanted to switch and start my own business. And literally, everybody I knew, every one of my business friends said, well, you know, you're going to fail. And not only are you, and I'm serious, they all did. Not only are you going to fail, but you probably will never get a job again in corporate America, because people will think, well, he didn't like corporate America once. Why give him a job? The only person that stuck with me is sitting in the second row here. And she said, do you really want to do this? And I said, yeah. And she said, well, go do it. No matter what happens, we'll make it. And the other thing is much closer to home. And in fact, I was talking to somebody about this morning. Well, we moved here from Arizona, and Becky was getting one sinus infection after another. And one of her doctors said, if you want to get better, move from Arizona, because it's really smoggy where we lived. And all of the people, not all, but a lot of the people that moved from the East Coast to Arizona to get rid of their allergies, they brought all of the same plants with them. So they're back there, I should say. It's the truth. So I found out about a church here that was closed, actually. And they had been closed for a couple of years because the minister quit once at a board meeting in the middle of the week and said, I'm done, and he left. And so for 2 years, they kept the church going, and then they got tired, so they closed the church. And the person that talked to me said, they have money, and there's one guy that's got the money in the books, and I'll put you in touch with him. And so we came here on a Friday, and they interviewed us Saturday night at a restaurant in the port. And the next morning, on Sunday morning, they came and offered me the job. And this is why I'm telling you. And they said, so we want to offer you the job, but we have to tell you we only have enough money for a year. Maybe you could eke out a year and a half. So it's up to you. So Becky and I asked, they were interviewing us in our hotel room. So we asked them to leave for a minute, and we talked about it, and Becky said, I could tell this really resonates with you, doesn't it? And I said, yeah. She said, me too. And I said, well, he only got enough money for a year. And she said, our whole marriage, we've been risk takers. Let's go for it. And we turned a year into 12 before COVID did what it did. But my point is that when we step out, it feels good when we do good, you know. So I'll leave it there. I want to tell you a fable. And the fable is about a fellow who leaves his home to seek the truth. And in his travels, one night he sees a cottage that looks like it's lit up with 1,000 lights. And so he knocks on the door, and an old man answers and lets him in. And when the fellow comes in, he sees that it's lit up with thousands of tiny oil candles. And he asks the fellow what they were, and the fellow tells him, those are the souls of all the people that are alive. I tend to life. And then he sees a candle that's really flickering and almost out, and he says, what's that? And the fellow said, he's dying. He said, all of us only have so much oil in our candles. And so this fellow wants to see his own candle, right? I mean, he's curious. So when the old man is distracted, he looks and he finds his candle. And his candle only has a little bit of oil left in it. And he sees one that's really burning bright, that's right near his. And so he sees the old man is distracted, and he picks up the bright candle, and just as he's about to pour the oil in his candle, the old man grabs his wrist and he says, "You want to know the truth? How can you know the truth if you can't bear to know yourself?" You know, it's not easy to live being true to your deepest passions, your deepest beliefs, and your deepest desires. And the truth is, so most of us don't. You know, we've been taught that it's more important to be liked and to fit in. Every time we give up on a dream or we give up on something we desire because other people won't find it acceptable, or what will the neighbors think? Every time we do that, when we give up, we lose a piece of ourself. And if you keep on doing that long enough, eventually you forget who you are. We need to trust ourselves, to honor our truth, even when the road gets bumpy, even when doubts arrive. Because when we go within, we always know that we're going to choose the best path, because you choose from a place that knows. Robert V. Taylor is an Episcopal priest who was born and raised in South Africa. He moved to the US, and he's written a number of books. One of them is called A New Way to Be Human. And in that book, he asks, what is an enclosure? And he defines an enclosure as a self-fulfilling actions or beliefs that keep you from seeing who you're truly meant to be. And he says the places where we learn these are our families, our culture, our religion, our politics. And he said when you accept an enclosure, you live with a cramped heart, with a squelched voice, with a lack of compassion for ourselves and other people. He said enclosures lock you away from the fullness of joy and from the fullness of who you are. A man named Charles Dubois wrote, "The important thing is this, to be able at any moment to sacrifice who we are for who we could become." You know, we often lose our identity trying to please other people. We lose sight of who we are. It's just like somebody who goes through life with an alias. They're always looking over their shoulder. And the truth is, you and I never experience real freedom until we own up to who we are. Living an authentic life means coming from a real place within. It's when our actions and our beliefs match, our actions when our words, match our beliefs and our values. Not as an imitation of who we think we should be or who somebody told us to be, but it's who we truly are. So what I'm really talking about is allowing ourselves to be vulnerable. So I want to talk to you about vulnerability. I saw a definition of it. It's the starting point for authenticity and connection. And I want to talk about the work of Brené Brown. Brené Brown, probably most of you know her. She's been on Oprah. She's a college professor, a writer, a speaker. And Becky and I facilitate a a book discussion group. It's not a study group, it's a discussion group. And we're doing one of her books now. And when she studied vulnerability, one of the things she did, she asked people to finish this sentence. Vulnerability is, and here's some of the responses she got. Standing up for myself, calling a friend whose child just died, falling in love, being the first one to say I love you, asking your husband or wife for sex, calling my son who's going through a divorce, asking for forgiveness. And she asked people how vulnerability felt. And here are some of the answers she got from that question. It's where fear and courage meet, going out on a limb, freedom and liberation. And here's the answer she got the most when she asked people how vulnerability felt. Naked. She said they felt naked. And I got that because it means being there by yourself, being there with no disguises, with no masks. And, you know, it shows us that it's not always or maybe ever easy to be vulnerable. It's about sharing our feelings and experiences. Somebody else who studied vulnerability is somebody named Stephen Russell. And he said, vulnerability is the only authentic state. Being vulnerable means being open for wounding, but also for pleasure. So one more thing about Brene. She asked how many people struggle with being vulnerable because they think it's weakness. And a lot of people raised their hand in the group she asked. And then she asked them, how do you feel when you see other people being vulnerable? What do you think about them? And they said, the answer she got most was courageous. And she said, so we like seeing it in other people, but we're afraid to being vulnerable. She said, so if we like seeing it in other people, why aren't we willing to mirror that behavior? You know, I think I know a partial answer to that. I think it's not only other people we're worried about when we become vulnerable, it's ourselves. Maybe some of us are worried if we do the deep work, what we'll see. You know, answering the questions I asked at the beginning. Who am I? What have I really done with my life? Am I happy? What brings me joy? You know, it takes courage to examine our life. And the people that some of us, because we're afraid, we do what we can to deflect, like using our phone. We know that, right? Being on the computer, television, maybe alcohol or drugs, any diversion that we can find. But the truth is, it's only willing to look when we're willing to look within, and when we make the choice to live authentically, that's really the only time when we can see what spiritual powerhouses we are. So I want to tell you something about Barbara DeAngelis that she wrote in one of her books. She said, when I was 12 years old, I wasn't pretty and blonde like all the other girls. She grew up in California, like all the other girls. She said, I didn't wear the right clothes because we couldn't afford it. My parents were divorced, and I had to wear these ugly white glasses. And she said, there's one thing that happened every month. I had to go to a school dance, and the same thing happened every month. Nobody asked me to dance until finally one overweight boy named Marvin, who had a face full of freckles and sweaty palms, would come to ask me to dance while everybody else snickered. She said, I just felt totally away from everyone else. And she said something happened, and she didn't really describe what it was, but when she went to high school, she became really popular. People really liked her. And so she hung out with the popular kids. And what she did, she became what she hated when she felt like an outcast. But she was willing to lose herself to become accepted. And she said somehow when she was a junior in high school, her intuition told her, when you go to college, you need to get out of here. You need to escape your peer group and be by yourself. And so she did. And going away, she found herself. And this is what she wrote, which I find all the time tears me up because I think it's so sweet. She said, "So Marvin, wherever you are, forgive me for not seeing that you felt as ashamed and rejected as I did, that we were kindred souls back then. I hope, like me, you finally found your dignity. And whoever your dancing partner is now, she always looks proudly up when you take her in your arms." You know, we're all children of God. We've been given this gift, our life, and it's our task to claim it and the richness of being alive. And when we're willing to go within, we touch that still small voice that's been waiting for us to listen. And that voice is the spirit of who we are. So I want to close with a story about a young woman who's a violinist, and she's really good. She plays the tunes that the old masters played. I guess they wouldn't call that tunes, huh? And she enters competitions, and she always wins. So she's got a big following, and she gives wonderful concerts. And one night, after one of her typical concerts, a young boy came up to her, and he said, "You really play great, and you really do a good job of playing the masters. But I'd really like to see you play you." And she thought about that the rest of that evening and all day the next day. What did he mean by he wants to hear me play me? And so she went to her violin and she opened up the case, took it out, but she didn't open up her sheet music. She just started to play. And it sounded really bad and squeaky. You know how squeaky violins can be. But then it started to sound different. It started to sound really good and really beautiful. And it was like the instrument soared. And so she brought it out and she played her at her next concert. And people were amazed and they felt the music, but they felt her too. And she said later, what she'd learned is authenticity isn't about doing it right. It's about letting your true spirit speak. And when you do, you touch the world in a way that no imitation ever can. God bless you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Reverend Ron. So that brings us to the part of our service where we talk about our prosperity. If you're new here or haven't been here in a while, we don't pass baskets anymore. We have planters by the doors. And at the end of the service, on our way out to hospitality, we drop our offerings gratefully and gleefully in the planters, as if planting the seeds of our own prosperity and the prosperity of this ministry. So know that that's coming at the end of the service. Meanwhile, I think we have a prosperity affirmation on the screen, so let's say that together. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. I am grateful. And now let's stand, please, and sing together, again, affirming our prosperity, our abundance, and our gratitude. Today it's I'm so grateful I'm alive.
Sunshine, your eyes, dewdrops, fireflies. I'm so grateful I'm alive. 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 Yeah. Your voice, waterfall, thrush song, coyote call. Oh yeah, I'm so grateful I'm alive. 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 Yeah, your hug, sweet kiss, holding hands in blind bliss. Oh yeah, I'm so grateful I'm alive. 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 Yeah, the shadows I conceal endeavor to reveal another part of me, embracing all that I foresee. Yeah, yeah, cut grass, jasmine bloom, honeysuckle in your room. Oh yeah, I'm so grateful I'm alive. 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 Oh yeah, I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful. Oh yeah, I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful. Oh yeah, I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful. Oh yeah, I'm so grateful I'm alive. I'm so grateful.
Now, all right, I have to do this before I bless the offering. Every week when I come here, I think about this. When I was in the school of ministry, you really look for opportunities to speak. And I spoke at this one church where they did what you do. They had a big jar, and you saw it on your way out, but they never made an announcement about the fact what you were supposed to do. But the people that went there knew. And one Sunday, when I was there, I'm going to get divorced for telling you this story because it's not true. But one Sunday, they had the person that did what Deborah did, that got up and made the announcement, we've got this jar, please, et cetera. And I didn't know what made me do this, but I got up and I said, I am so glad you made that announcement, because every time I speak here, I'm so embarrassed, because on the way out, my wife sees the jar, puts her hand in, takes out a 20 and says, boy, I love when you speak here. That really didn't happen, but she's laughing, so I'm safe. I love you. So let's take a moment. So I want to bless the offering. Bless the generosity of those that step forward to give and to give from their hearts. And I give thanks for that. And I know wherever that offering is going to do its work, whether it's within this center, whether it's in the community, or whether it's in the greater community, it does wonderful work. It touches lives and changes lives. And I bless that, and I give thanks for that. And so it is.
Unity is a place of prayer. We have chaplains here to pray with you. Can our chaplains identify yourselves, please? We have Sophia here at the front to pray with you if you have a prayer need or a prayer desire after the service. Do we have any newcomers with us today who feel comfortable identifying yourselves so we can make sure to greet you after the service? I don't see any hands, but if you're out there, please know that we're thrilled you were here, and we hope that you enjoyed the service. If you're watching us online for the first time, if you have questions, reach out to us, and we hope to see you in person soon. Please stick around for hospitality, everyone. Make sure you check the announcements in your printed bulletin, as well as on the bulletin boards in the hall and in the hospitality area. We have lots of amazing things happening here. And if you don't read the announcements, you might not know about something you would like to be here for. All right, let's stand, please, and say our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The mind of God guides me. The life of God flows through me. The laws of God direct me. The power of God abides within me. The joy of God uplifts me. The strength of God renews me. The beauty of God inspires me. Wherever I am, God is. Please take hands across the aisle and we'll sing our peace song together. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our Father, brothers all are we. Let me walk with my brother. musicians. Today we have Nick on the drums, Kevin on the bass, Stoney at the piano, that's Vashti, and I'm Deborah. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. And so it is.